Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the start of another season of Rugby League, live and exclusive here on The Sportsman, as we embark on another season in the Betfred Challenge Cup here at the home of Wigan St Patricks, who lock horns with their close rivals. Less than a mile away from here, Ince Rose Bridge are here, making a trip for a fierce local derby. Kyle Amor, the Winners Vikings forward, as he is now, watching this one with us. And I know you're really excited about what we're going to see today.
Oh, certainly. Look, you've just mentioned it there. Two teams within a mile of each other. It doesn't get much closer than a derby, does it, George? So all roads to Wembley start now. You know, for these two sides, the reality of them getting that far in the competition is only a dream, really, isn't it? So, you know, they have got Workington Town lying next. Whoever wins this here today will, of course, progress and meet that championship one side in the next round. So there's plenty at stake here. Plenty of family affairs as well that we'll talk about. But all makes for a cracking game. Can't wait.
Yeah, we've got brother on brother, father and son both involved today as well, and two famous local community clubs with the carrot of going to Workington in the next phase. In terms of what kind of game we're going to see today, and we'll hear from the two head coaches in just a moment, we're expecting it to be fierce as derbies are, and we're expecting it to be quite tight.
We certainly are. You look at the last two results from last year, both when these two sides met, there was only really a try. I think it was 2 points in one game, 8 points in another. So of course, with that carrot of progressing through to the next round of the Cup and being live on the Sportsman, you know, there'll be plenty of there'll be no love lost between these two sides, put it that way. And super excited to be back in 2023 and bringing you guys all the action as well. Yeah, we're looking forward to this one. Plenty more from Kyle Amor on the way. Kick-off fast approaching. Let's hear next then from the two head coaches. Ryan, great to see you. How are you feeling, and how's the mood in there?
Yeah, a bit nervous. Obviously, local derby. The lads have met early today. They're in the clubhouse, all in good spirits, having a good crack. They've trained really well this week. We started in January. We had a run out last Saturday to blow the cobwebs off. That went really well as well. So they're in good spirits and they're confident.
When this draw was made, what was the general feeling?
We was happy. Happy to be at home because home advantage is big, I think, in amateur rugby league, and we went their place last year, played them twice. We were fortunate enough to win both games, but it was a lot closer at their place. So home game, really happy, and obviously get a big crowd on as well, so that's good.
And give us a sense of the rivalry. What is it like? You could walk between the two.
It's literally just over the canal, and I played a bit in St Williams when I was younger as well. Played at parts of, been in the rivalry as a player and as a coach last year, so it's ferocious. We're expecting fireworks early doors, but hopefully we'll come out on top.
Well, we hope you're right with the Sportsman cameras here. Will that add a little bit to it? We've got the cameras here, we've got the Betfred Challenge Cup branding all around the ground. Does this feel different in any way?
Yeah, we was lucky enough to be on against Rochdale Mayfield last year as well, and we had a final at school televised. The lads just getting a cut and crack on. They just they like pausing a bit, so they'll be happy to have the cameras down.
And as a final thought, what kind of game should our viewers expect if they're tuning into this today?
I think it's going to be tight, really tight, especially early doors. We pride ourselves on having good skills, so we'll be having a look to throw the ball a bit, around a bit, but we know they're going to be really aggressive and they're going to be really competitive. But hopefully, like I said, we'll get the win and hopefully get a chance to go up to Workington next week or week after, whenever it is.
A couple of weeks' time, up at Workington for the winner. Great to see you. Best of luck today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Darren, how are you doing and how's the week been for you and the boys?
Yeah, good, mate. Been training really well this week, you know. It's a big occasion for us, but yeah, done well this week. Worked hard Tuesday, Thursday, so yeah, we're ready. You just arrived. Is it nerves? Is it excitement? Is it adrenaline? Is it anticipation? A bit of both, really. You know, I'm as nervous as anybody else. The lads are good. They're in good spirits. We arrived. We're ready. You know, we're looking forward to a good game. It's a cup game. It's a derby game. What kind of contest should we expect? Oh, it'll be very tough. You know, St Pat's a very good side. We know what we're up against. There'll be some good collisions there today, and I suppose some good rugby league. And have you stressed to your players what an opportunity this is? It's the Betfred Challenge Cup, an opportunity to go up to Workington, who were in the Championship last year. Yeah, we've not spoke about that too much. Like I said, we've not overlooked St Pat's. Like I said, they're a fantastic side. But the occasion's massive for us as a club. We're really looking forward to it, and yeah, it wouldn't be a really good day we could promote to the next round. Of course it would. And just a final point, throw forward to a few minutes' time when this place is loud, it's bouncing, and the players are
are walking out for this contest, how will you be feeling and how much pride will there be?
Oh, listen, I'm really proud of the boys, proud of the club as a coach. You know, these lads mean everything to me. It'll be emotional as well as, you know, a good day. There'll be some good rugby league play. May the best team win, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. May the best team win. We wish you well today. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The two coaches in good spirits, and these live pictures from the home of Wigan St Patricks Amateur Rugby League Club. Beautiful setting, the crowd swelling as well. And the pitch looks ready for what we're anticipating to be a real scrap between these two fierce local rivals. Really good crowd. There's been a queue into the turnstiles right around the block here today, and these are the sides as we get set to welcome them onto the field. Tyler Hyland, the fullback for Wigan St Pacs. Then it's Jack Sproat, Will Meadows, Jordan Penny, who'll be playing against his brother today in Craig Thomas. In the halves, Connor Taylor and Joe Pryor. Up front, Connor Webb, Ash Kendrick and Dean Zammit. And completing the 13 in the back row, Phil Glover, Danny Riding and Jordan Gibbons. Off the bench today, Brad Smith, Joe Hyam, Tyler Gibson and Dave Thompson. What about the visitors from about half a mile or so from here? Ince Rose Bridge. They have Peter Valentine at fullback, then Ben Holcroft, Jordan Blakely, Jamie Malone and Callum Rogers. In the halves, Kieran Eccleston and Ben Cottrell. Rhys Cunningham, Kieran Malone and Andrew Collier, Harry Penny, Ben Tootle and Robbie Valentine. The bench, Jack Morrison, Kyle Malone, we've got father and son in the side today, TJ Boyd and Paul Farnworth. Two fierce local rivals going toe-to-toe live on the Sportsman in the first round of the 2023 Betfred Challenge Cup. Kyle Amor alongside me to call this one live and exclusive on the Sportsman, as a man who very much enjoyed your community rugby league up in Cumbria and who doesn't live a million miles away from where we are today. I know you're looking forward to the afternoon ahead at Wigan St Pats.
I certainly am, George, and good afternoon to you and everyone else watching at home. Here today at the start of the journey towards Wembley, isn't it? For these two sides, Wigan St Pat's, Ince Rose Bridge. They begin their journey now. Of course, we mentioned pre-game that carrot against Workington Town that lies next for them, but make no mistake about it, George, these two sides will be ripping into each other right from the get-go.
And the crowd still making their way through the turnstiles. A little stop off at the refreshment kiosk before you take the left turn down to watch around the ground here today. I think they're doing good sales of coffees and pints as well. We're dry at the moment. It's bitterly cold here as we approach mid-February, but there'll be plenty of solid blood and thunder contact when we get going today. We're expecting a tight affair. In fact, the last time these two sides met, there was very little between them.
There wasn't. There was 2 points in it. Ince Rose Bridge at home that day, losing 18-16 to St Pat's, so they came away with bragging rights on that occasion. That was back in June, George, where, of course, conditions were much better, pitches were much harder, and the weather, well, it certainly was in favour of good old rugby league with the sun out that day. But here, on a cold February afternoon, it really is going to be a game that's going to be played between the sort of ears of these two sides. Who wants it more? Of course, the local community are out in their loads, aren't they, at the moment? All the sides of the field here packed out, awaiting kick-off as we just wait for the players to enter the field shortly.
We've had a late change to the starting lineup that we've shown you from Wigan St Pat's. Tyler Gibson now going to start wearing 8, a swap to the interchange bench for Connor Webb, who instead will wear 16. So a late change just through from Wigan St Pat's. But the prize is a biggie. Workington Town, a trip up, we mentioned Cumbria, trip up through the lakes to Derwent Park in round 2, which comes thick and fast just a couple of weeks' time. And Well, if the carrot of winning a fierce local derby live on the Sportsman wasn't enough, a trip to play a very competitive League One outfit awaits for the winner. The players ready, they're poised. Speaking to a couple of them as I parked up and made my way in a couple of hours ago, they were just parking up themselves, getting ready. There were a lot of nerves, Kyle, as well. There's a lot of stake here. There's a family affair. We mentioned the brothers on either side as well, Jordan Penny and Harry Penny. There's bragging rights. There's opportunity to shine, opportunity to sparkle in front of the cameras as well. There's plenty up for grabs this afternoon.
Certainly is, and none more so than Penny Senior, who was down to our right just before kick-off. We were talking to him, asking him which side of the fence he was sat on, and he replied that both Jordan and his other and the other son Harry were playing on opposite sides today. So he's very much split down the middle here in this local community, this family affair. And what about that as well? Kieran Malone and Kyle Malone, father and son, on the side of Ince Rose Bridge. It really is a real tight-knit community here in Wigan. But of course, which side of the fence do they sit on, St Pat's or Ince Rose Bridge? Well, we'll certainly get to find out where everyone's colours lie.
It's the start of another big year for our sport, big year for Rugby League. The Betfred Super League season kicks off in earnest next Thursday night, with grand finalist Leeds Rhinos going to one of your old clubs, Warrington Wolves. Seems funny to say that, you barely played for him. Well,
I miss more games than I played, George.
That's true, but that's Thursday night. Looking ahead, and we'll preview at half-time of our coverage on the Sportsman. We'll have a little preview ahead of the start of the new Betfred Super League season as well. The Championship season already up and running. We saw Featherstone Rovers run riot on Monday night against Keighley Cougars, who you're now witness, and they're your next opponents.
Yeah, tomorrow we take on Keighley as well. But geez, it's exciting, George, isn't it? You know, having all this rugby league back, the Sportsman once again bringing across so many games right throughout the competitions, across all of the game, women's, wheelchair, and of course here at the men's, as the players now enter the field.
Yes, at least 20 games live and exclusive on the Sportsman throughout 2023. Starting here, round one of the 2023 Betfred Challenge Cup pits two fierce local rivals toe-to-toe as Wigan St Patricks walk out to face Ince Rose Bridge. Live and exclusive on the Sportsman. Tony Clubb making his way out, one of the coaching staff here now. Grand final winner.
Yeah.
With the Wigan Warriors.
And will serve the Wigan Warriors club very well indeed. The enforcer from London started off at the London Broncos and found his way at Wigan. Spent many years there. Of course, part of Sean Wade's side and Matty Peets as well. And done wonderful things there at Wigan Club. Moved on to Lee and now finds himself here coaching at Wigan St Pat's. So brilliant that the fact that he stayed around after the game to pass on his knowledge and wisdom to so many of the next generation of players.
So here we go. Ince Rose Bridge in the red with black stripes, black trim, and Wigan St Pat's in the predominantly green with the black shorts, black socks. There's our referee, Mr. John Lincoln, this afternoon.
Christian, can you say something? Christian, can you hear me?
And we are just about ready to go. It's going to be Ince Rose Bridge in the red and black to get us underway. Just awaiting a kicking tee. So Wigan St Pat's in front of their passionate, vocal, local home crowd. We'll get first feel of the football and first return up the field. They'll be playing in the green and black from right to left as we look on here. From our commentary position, what a great atmosphere. It's just bubbling up nicely. Spectators still making their way in for this 3 p.m. kickoff. Workington Town away in round 2 of the Betfred Challenge Cup.
Come in left. Christian, coming to you. Christian, coming to you.
And here we go.
Stay behind, stay on.
Ince Rose Bridge get us underway. 3 bouncer. And here come Wigan St Pats. And the ball's come free straight away. The referee said play on, you can have a go from there. What a start this could be. Here come Ince, attacking the post to our right-hand side. Explosive start. And he's waved 6 to go from here. They might only need 1. He's powered over the line and scored! First minute of the game. It's Harry Penny for Ince Rose Bridge right from the kickoff to give the visitors a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, beautiful start there for Wigan St Pats. All came about off that awful carry from Ince Rose Bridge there. Just gets it wrong, loses the ball. 2 plays later, there's a gorgeous little drop-off play from Kendrick that finds Phil Glover hitting a hole at hard and pace and direct and able just to dot the ball down. It's a dream start for St Pats here in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, I can hear you, Christian.
The ball just somehow comes loose.
Got the mark, shot half off. Yes.
And it's
That, sir. Sorry? Nah, give over. It's a knock on. No, it's not.
Conversion's good.
Yeah, but I'll knock on, I won't.
But what a start.
Which way, Far? Which way are you kicking it?
6-0.
Stay on side.
Just like that.
Come in left, mate. Oh, well, gone 10.
Ince Rose Bridge with the early lead.
Get low! Get low!
And they'll come again.
First! Move! Hold on me, get back, wait! Wait, go on. That's fine, outside. Still 1.
And that's really quietened the place down.
Second! Move! Hold on, go 2.
What a start for the visitors. Loose carry.
3! Jordan, move! On you, don't go early, hold! Go 3, good 10. That's fine, still 3.
And Harry Penny making the play.
Shot there, isn't it?
4! Move! Back on me! Find me! Hold! No!
And already the home crowd getting a little bit on the back of the referee. Bit of afters after the kick. Still going on in back play.
Contact's fine.
Danny Riding having a word.
Move! Hit the line! Back on me! Wait!
6-0 to Ince Rose Bridge, and now Wigan St Pats get their first feel of the football on halfway. What can they do in response here?
Go 2. That's still 2.
Oh, that's a big one,
there, wasn't it?
And seconds 2.
3. Move off the
I think it was Johns there.
Hold.
Carrying the ball forward, met by his opposite number. Big contact in the middle of the field.
Kendrick comes left. Now an opportunity for Riding. Penalty to the home side. High shot.
High shot. Contact with the head. High shot.
And an opportunity to finally settle down after that worst possible start, Kyle Einmore.
Yeah, certainly is, wasn't it? Well, St Pats now get themselves a penalty.
Head.
The referee calls over for a head knock there.
You're bowling on that first carry though.
Yeah, I'm going to ball knock up.
Just see the treatment.
Advantage, mate.
Was it?
Yeah.
There's Farnworth down at the moment, receiving treatment.
Can't see what you've got to ask, haven't you?
Chasing heavy contact in the centre of the field so far. Put himself about a bit.
Penalty, we've got time.
But I think the physio there is maybe perhaps signalling that he needs to get assessed on the sideline.
Yeah, no, just go from here.
On me, pal, on me.
Yeah.
It was a terrific start, wasn't it, from Rose Bridge?
Take your time.
And again, it was a contact, wasn't it, that made the St Pat's player lose the ball.
Yeah, I'll speak to him now,
To get over for that score inside of 60 seconds.
Are we sure he's good?
Just cops an elbow, doesn't he?
A loose elbow.
Hold on.
Referee right on the money, John Lincoln, I beg your pardon, to make the decision. So an opportunity for the home side, who conceded in the first minute here. 30 seconds or so in.
Yeah, cheers. On the whistle, pal, on the whistle!
I think it was the elbow of Phil Glover, wasn't it, that caught Farnworth. That stray elbow. He's off the field now. Play will carry on here, George.
Here we go. Great opportunity for the home side with Dean Zammit wearing 10. The 9 is Kendrick. They're going to go up the middle, straighten up and set in front of the post with options left or right for the hooker. Kendrick will come left, I think, here. Yes, he does. Finding Connor Taylor.
That's fine, too.
Right round the back. Now the winger's got a bit of room. He steps in, but the scrambling defence just about squeezes him out there.
Hold, go, 3. Now go with it, 3.
Good ball movement. They'll take 3. Ince Rose. The referee has said he's lost the ball.
Yeah. A little slight pump from Taylor there that enables Zammit to get his hands on the ball again, introduces Gibbons, and it's good edge defence because they had to jam that down. They were in all sorts of trouble. And Gibbons, he just can't retain the ball. It's another error. You just see here Gibbons there. That's the centre there coming in. Look how far into the field he's came in.
Let's pack it here, boys.
Inside of the post, they were in all sorts of trouble if that ball could have got released out the back, but good edge defence. Had to be a good tackle as well.
That's fine.
Ince Rose Bridge looking to get out of their danger zone. They've had the perfect start here with a 6-pointer. And they get a piggyback up the pitch. Wigan St Patricks offside.
Yeah, an error with a penalty, George. It's never ideal coming out of yardage.
No, it's taking 10 both sides.
You know, you're still going to affect the tackle in the same way. Even if you even if you're a yard behind the referee, your intent's still going to be there. But on that occasion, they just jumped the gun. And Pats are able now to be 3 metres shy of the halfway line. Sorry, Ince Rose Bridge rather.
2, move, keep working, wait, on the foot, no, hold, go 2.
Down the middle they come. Lost the ball backwards. Referee says that's all right, that one. He's happy with that. Clean offload.
3, move, you got to stay on.
A couple of shirts have been lost.
Hold.
But it's play on. There's one of them.
Go, 3, that's
It's inside out. He's going to have to sort it out here.
Here come Ince Rose looking for a second. Running out of room, but a great field position down this right-hand side. They're within 20. An opportunity to hit double figures here. Sweeping down the middle they go with Collier.
5, 9, move.
Still not got his shirt back on.
Hold it, don't go early. Hold, go 5, play on.
Going to run right-hand side with Eccleston.
Still 5.
Great footwork, and now he gets the ball away. This could be good. Scrambling defence out the back door, and it's picked up gleefully by St Pat's. And they're away now. It's non-stop rugby league. Brilliant to watch.
Yeah, defence into attack there. Meadows quickest to react to the loose ball. It's St Pat's now charging into a welcome committee there. Penny involved in that tackle. It's been played at a good pace so far, this inside the opening 8 minutes.
Great start to this game, live and exclusive on the Sportsman.
Oh, he's in touch. Yeah,
he is in touch, far side, and the home fans enjoyed that.
It's a lateral handover.
I like what they did there, just taking the short side there, George, just buying easy meters, but of course the winger needs to stay in play there. I think Callum Rogers just tries to tiptoe down the sideline. We see here, eyes up rugby, down the short side, fullback introduced the winger well, but he just runs out of land.
Yeah, in touch.
And it's a turnover right on the halfway line.
Okay,
another chance for Ince Rose Bridge to build a good ball set. That's a good hard direct carry.
They've started well. The visitors. Murmurs of discontent around Wigan St Patricks at the moment. Ince Rose Bridge with that early try. They've got 6 more. The tackle count wide clean here. Oh, and then they've knocked on.
Dropped the ball, yeah. Peter Valentine there just has a little look up at Phil Glover.
No, never.
Who's been largely involved, Glover, so far. We just see here the little drop-off play. He has a slight little look. And Glover's there. Leaves a little piece on him as well, just to let him know that that's what he's going to get. The fullback, a lively player, Peter Valentine.
Bring him out back here.
But I've been really impressed as well so far inside the opening 10 minutes with Collier. Really set the platform, the tone for this Ince Rose Bridge side. His physicality, every time he carries the ball, just keep an eye on his forearm because he leaves it on them.
Just watch the scrum, yeah, they're good.
Well, run from the base of the scrum here. Kendrick.
Go on.
Dummy half is Connor Taylor. Another offload out the back. That was Zamet again. They're going to attack down this left-hand side.
Still one.
Connor Taylor seeing a lot of the ball early. The St Pat's 6. Kendrick slots into dummy half once again. Fizzes it back in field and up the middle they go. And they're grounded on the 40. Just to the left of the sticks with Kendrick, the dummy half. In field we go with Riding. Pryor's waiting, wearing 15 at first receiver. Here he is, going to kick off the outside of the left boot. Dabs one, it's a tester. Where's it going to go? It's come back, it's play on. And in the end, Ince Rose do well to defuse the danger. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, it certainly could have, but look where they turned the ball over, George. They're 15 metres away from their own line, 85 metres up the other end of the field if Ince Rose Bridge are going to come up with something in this set. So it's really important that St Pat's now apply themselves correctly. We saw the last set, they give away a penalty. They've got to be much more disciplined this side. As Ince Rose Bridge look to roll forward there through Reece Cunningham. Finds the floor, quick play of the ball here.
No, it's not. Not square.
6-0 to the visitors, who have dominated territory and possession so far.
Keep working here, hold. Hold on the foot.
And they have the 6-point lead, courtesy of Penny Stride.
Great line.
Down the middle again.
In and behind the ruck there, just catching a lazy marker, not quite working hard.
Good work from Ben Tootle. Valentine, the fullback, joining in over on the far side.
Move! Back here.
No room for Malone.
Okay. Still 4.
But another dangerous position as they attack once again with Tootle.
5! Hands out!
Strong ball carrier.
Go 5.
Robbie Valentine way to the right. Again, they pound down the left-hand side.
Hand over, tackle 5.
It's a turnover, isn't it? And you've got to remember, George, where they started that set was 5 metres off their own line, and they've been able to roll down the other end of the field. It was 2 really, really good carries from Ben Tootle. Now, while they don't come up with a kick or anything on that last play, they're able just to assert themselves, get the line speed right, because the physicality so far, Ince Rose Bridge are winning that.
Go on, play on.
The longer that plays into their hands, the more they'll get more opportunities down this end of the field. That's a good offload there. Was there an error? No, play on.
2.
They want 6 to go here. They want the tackle count wiped clean. Wigan St Pat's referee having none of it. That's a good carry, good strong carry up towards halfway.
Go 3.
Zamet again.
10.
And a penalty for Wigan St Pat's. Ince Rose offside.
Around you off here, boys.
Inside their own half. So this is going to be a really good opportunity to mount some pressure on the Ince Rose Bridge line.
Yeah, it certainly is. We saw earlier, didn't we, Highland with that looping pass to Craig Thomas. The cover defence from Ince Rose Bridge denied them on that occasion. We've only got to see them one set in good ball, and they looked threatening. The ball movement was pretty good.
Back here.
What have they got here now as they start 22 metres away from their opposition try line?
That's fine. On the ball.
Gibbons pumping his legs, working hard.
Excellent setup from Jordan Gibbons.
Go on.
19 is Smith, then Zamet again, seeing a lot of the ball.
Yeah, he's worked hard, hasn't he, so far in this opening quarter.
2, move on, get on square. Wait here.
3 to his left, the rest of the side to the right-hand side. That's where he goes.
Still 2.
Back with Gibbons again.
Still 2.
It's going to take 4 red Ince jerseys to stop in his tracks on the ground. Little look left and then fizzes back to the right-hand side. Has a look on his own, does Connor Taylor. No way through. So far, so good.
They're really deep, George, aren't they, on this right-hand side?
Go 4.
They're going to go for that right-hand edge. It's suddenly starting to open up. Sliding defence shuts the door, though.
5.
Last tackle.
On the line,
Signals referee John Lincoln. They're going to run down the skinny side. Good anticipation, good pickup, good defence, and Ince Rose Bridge stand firm to preserve their 6-0 lead.
Super piece of full-back play there by Peter Valentine. The kick just ends up right down his throat, but there's a possible error there. Did he get away with that one? Offloading from 4 metres away from your own lines, never the best idea. But that's 3 players gone, and look at the line speed here, George.
This is much more like it from the home side.
Hold on, me, not early, go free.
Getting the crowd back involved.
That's great work from Marker there, isn't it? Gibbons and Kendrick are able just to take more metres off this Ince Rose Bridge. One more tackle to go. The defensive set has limited them to only 15 metres gained.
5, good.
Last tackle, this is going to have to be a boomer of a kick. He does go long, but it's straight down the throat. Oh, he goes for a football trap, but he might not get away with this. He does just. Went to trap it, did Taylor Highland.
But just look at what the trade-off is here. All that defensive effort that St Pat's put in allows the middles just to walk back behind the ball, not have to exert any more energy. And this is the best place to play now in good ball. It's where you have the most fun as a player.
Surrender! Stand! 3.
Another opportunity for the home side to hit back. What's happened there? That looked a right mess. That's got to be a penalty, and it is. Rose Bridge giving up another penalty. Pendulum really now swinging to the home side.
Yeah, just didn't clear the ruck, did he, in time? And it's a bit of a sloppy penalty, I have to admit. Just see there the fight to win that play of the ball from Kendrick. Leaves a man on the floor, and there's another big contact there, isn't it? Right in the middle of the field. Oh, one in the ribs as well. Brilliant.
Hold. Get on here. Go.
You can hear the thuds from a long way off. This is much better from the home side, though.
You've got to work on the 10.
Can they make this purple patch count with some points on the board? Trailing as they do 6-0.
3.
Try right from the kickoff. 30 seconds or so in.
It's coming left now.
3. No.
And they'll come all the way back. Pryor wearing 15, and then with Taylor. Oh, yes, it's going to be a walk-in. Oh, has he got the ball down?
I don't think he has, George. No. What a tackle that is. Brilliant defensive effort there. Out on that far side. I think it was Jordan Blakely.
Referee saying held up.
What a tackle that was. Well, the threat was there. The 9, 6, 7 and 1 all combined. We mentioned Highland when he gets his hands on the ball, and it's a gorgeous soft pass. And look at the effort there to hold him up. Super stuff, but play on here.
Come on.
This will be the last tackle.
Hold. Go 5, okay.
Can the home side find a way through? They might do this time, you know, and they do.
Well, he won't be denied. Over on that left side, the centre.
Yep.
Denied the first time, not this time. Comes hard off his left foot and is able to put the ball down. And on the balance of play, you have to admit, over the last sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes, it's what St Pat's deserve. It's a super score, an important one as well.
Bit bigger.
Yeah, that had been coming. And an opportunity now to level their scores. They just kept their patience, worked it wide. 2 of them could have gone for it.
The big fella there, he just steps hard off his left foot here. It's a brilliant cut-out ball. The cover defence there from Craig Thomas.
Yeah, good mate, sir.
Sorry, Ben Holcroft, I beg your pardon, for Ince Rose Bridge. It's 6-4. This to level it up.
Cheers, boss.
Craig Thomas lines it up. He's about 25 metres out, 3 in from the sideline.
I can hear you both when you call it, to be fair, so.
This to level us up at 6 apiece. Looks good.
Oh, he's just
shorted. So St Pat's 4, Ince Rose Bridge 6. As we have another look at this try.
Right, okay, just see there.
Kick off. I'll have a word with these here.
The far side wing, he's not really got a lot to... He's got too much to do, really. 2 men on there, but he has to defend the immediate.
I've looked a few times.
And Holcroft, his hips were just spread out to the side, and the centre's able to come hard off his left foot and dot the ball down.
In position. Yeah. As long as you keep responding, you're good, mate.
So quarter of the game gone, or just over. And it's Rose Bridge who still have the lead, 6-4. And it's an awful kick-off. They might get the ball back here, George.
Well, referee will pull that back, I'm sure, and say there was a knock-on in there, and there was.
2 knock-ons, first by St Pat's. Where do you want it, Ince? On the 20, yeah. Scrum, Ince ball.
You just see in there the ball bouncing wickedly all over the place, and they're not able to deal with it, St Pat's. So
Hold on.
we scrum down. Rose Bridge head and feed here.
Okay, ball in 7. Out.
15 metres away. It's a run from the bottom of the scrum.
Move. On me, pal. On me. Well done. Good 10. 1.
Morrison there with the carry. I think he's lost the ball on that far side. We can't see.
Okay. Knock on. Pat scrum. Where do you want it? Pat's. Scrum at 50. Pat's ball. It's Ince knock on. Pat's feed. I'm sorry, pal. Boys on the touch, judges. Wait for the out call. Hold on. Okay, Mullin.
What's the ball?
Out!
He's been lively, hasn't he, so far? The fullback for St Pat's, Taylor Highland.
It's fine. 2. Move.
Coming out of yardage, they really fancy the left-hand side of Ince Rose Bridge, just rolling down this side of the field. Just taking easy meets, the offload from Zamet.
Still on 2. 3. Move now. Hold on me. Hold. 14, get up. No, get up. 3.
Here come the home side again, and here's the try scorer. Jordan Penny getting it away. Thomas.
Oh, he took a high shot there.
Well, that's 2. That's how many. Come on.
Jordan Blakely with a swinging arm on Craig Thomas, and he doesn't miss, does he?
High shot.
Brilliant pass that set the break away.
Taking 10.
Craig Thomas there gets rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cops one round the chops there.
I might not answer.
From Blakely.
Fellas, think about our contact here. Get low.
Home side in the ascendancy now. They still trail 6-4.
Hold. 14, get out of the rope.
That's good width, good ball movement there.
So 1. 2. Move. Back here.
2 pennies on the score sheet.
All right in there. There's a bit of afters. He'll leave with his head on that occasion. It's all on.
Referee's got a good view of this.
I thought then when Rydens played the ball, he just leant into the Ince Rose Bridge player with his head and give him a little glimpse of a small headbutt.
It's all right. Hey, go back.
And then the cavalry came in from all angles, didn't it?
Go back. Yeah, go back for the boys.
Local derby here.
Time off.
Referee has a decision to make. He'll have a little chat with his touch judge.
And you just see here, there's a little elbow and there is a head. He could be in trouble here.
Yeah.
Depends what they've seen, and it is. The referee's going to his pocket.
Now then, big moment.
It's a red card, yeah. I thought I seen that live, George. I thought he just stepped in with his head, and the reaction told me I was right. We've just seen the replay there, and it's stupid, really. It's dumb. It's criminal.
It's a headbutt, mate. They've done nothing.
And it's Phil Glover who's sent to the sidelines.
That's a huge moment. We saw it in real time. The referee had an even better view. Here's another look at the replay.
You just see there. There's a bit of an elbow first from him, and then a head.
On the whistle.
And he's let his side down there.
Hold on. Let's have a photo.
because you've got, what, 3/4 of the game left to play in a Challenge Cup. And you're down to 12 men, you're behind as well on the scoreboard, albeit 2 points. Well, it makes it incredibly difficult now for St Pat's to progress through.
It's not hard. It's not
Sometimes as well, George, you know that when you do get a man sent to the bin, it almost finds another gear. You have to work a bit harder, but the next 5 or 10 minutes are crucial now.
Move! On me! Get on! Hold, go on.
Well, just when they got themselves into a position to start to dictate the game, the home side now are going to have to play for the best part of an hour with a man down.
Oh, there's another man there.
Sending off.
Yeah. Just watch this. We'll get to see the replay here. You can't see whose number it is that's lying on the floor. But he looked like he copped a real nasty head knock.
Tyler Gibson, the man down.
Just watch here.
Three.
The young kid does really well in between them, and it looks like he just catches a boot in the head. But he's back up and he's back into that tackle, isn't he?
Forward on me, hold.
We've got a game on here.
Go for. Still far. 5. Move. 5 minutes. Never stop.
15 to go
5.
until the break.
Give 10 there.
Ince Rose Bridge. A man to the good and 2 points to the good. They scored within 30 seconds.
Oh, it's a big hit as well.
A great chase and shot.
Stand! It's a dominant tackle. Hold. Get on!
There's Rob Valentine there on the fullback. St Pat's fullback Highland has been very impressive. It's just another releasing penalty as well. Ince Rose Bridge all caught offside. Beautiful tackle. The loose forward Valentine on Highland, but the next play they've jumped the gun, they've just got a bit excited, and I think that often happens at this level when someone puts a good shot, a bit of contact in there. The crowd wakens up, everyone gets excited, and they just forget their role, which is to stay on side, stay disciplined, and just keep doing the job at hand. And there's another big carry there, and that again is close to being around, being an illegal tackle.
Here come Wigan St Pat's.
12, move! On me!
With Danny riding.
Hold, go, 3.
It's going to take a big effort from here. Taylor.
Still 3.
Here's the try scorer, Penny.
4, move, I'm square! Hold here, hold, go 4.
Back through the hands of Taylor again, and then the high kick from Joe Pryor. That wand of a left boot. Now then, that's going to be a knock-on, I think.
Yeah. Competition, a bit of afters as well. Verbals. Well, that isn't going to die down, is it, over the rest of this game? That's for sure. Well, Highland, he does well. He climbs higher than his opposite number. He just can't take that ball in. And as a result, he just spills forward 10 metres away from Ince Rose Bridge's line.
On the line. Inside the
Nail up to take the 10.
Hold, go, 1.
12 to go until the break. First half that's packed a lot in. A red card, a first-minute try.
2. That's fine.
And a slender lead for the visitors.
3.
A second-round trip in the Betfred Challenge Cup to Workington Town awaits the winner of this local derby, and here it comes. Ince Rose Bridge again, looking to make use of that extra man, cutting it up here, dropped. All the way down the middle he goes, stepping into the fullback and running straight through him.
4. Move! 5 minutes! Go 4.
Great opportunity this.
So 4. 5.
Last tackle. Everything's back left. They've got an extra man to go at here. TJ Boyd. Then the high floating kick from Eccleston. Oh, what a claim! And what a try! Second of the game. And Ince Rose Bridge extend their advantage. 10-4 with with a kick to come. Beautifully worked from right to left.
It certainly was, wasn't it? They had a look down this right-hand side on a number of players, and it all came about from the break at the start of it. A couple of players earlier, it released Ben Holcroft. We see here beautiful offload. We come down this right-hand side. Centre drops Holcroft back under, who explores the centre of the field. There's green jumpers everywhere trying to rescue the player, and it's 2 players later, and it's a brilliant kick, isn't it? The weight of it is absolutely perfect, and the take is spectacular. What a brilliant try from Ince Rose Bridge. And that red card, well, it seems even more painful now for Wigan St Pats as they find themselves 10-4 down, kick to come.
Valentine's try. 10-4 make that 12-4 as the conversion goes through and true. And the visitors now in firm control. 2 converted tries, 12-4 their lead. And a man superior as we have another look at their latest score.
Yeah, we just see the kick there is absolute perfect. There's no kick pressure because of the 2 players earlier. They were on the back foot, St Pats, and Peter Valentine just plucks it out of the air, dots the ball down. And a brilliant score for Ince Rose Bridge here.
Time off.
The first round of the Betfred Challenge Cup live on the Sportsman.
Go on, 10.
Already feels like it could be a long way back for Wigan St Patricks. They only trail by 8, but a long time with a man of this.
Love it.
Have some of that.
Hold! Go on. Outside.
Get that into you.
Still going.
And this is better. This is what you want from St Pat's, a reaction after points conceded, but they're doing it the right way. Aggressive contact, good line speed, shoulder underneath the ball, winning the collision.
Square, hold, go, 3. Still 3. Fine, 3, still 3.
Well, that's smart play, isn't it? Looks pinching 20 metres down that far left-hand side of the field in attack from Rose Bridge.
Go, 4. That's a fault.
Not the best of pass.
5.
For Rob Valentine there to pick up.
5. Hold here.
Last tackle this.
Hold, go.
They're going to kick on the 40, they're going to kick narrow. Now then, this could work. Brilliantly anticipated. He's got a man. Oh,
It had to go.
Why does he not give it? Touch judges on.
Blakely there, furious with his winger Ben Holcroft.
On me, boys.
What about the kick? The eyes up Rugby just to see that Holcroft, who was in an acre of space. What a take. It had to be gone there.
He wouldn't have been caught. That was a try all the way through.
2, move on. Play on, 2.
Ryden's got through a lot of work there, and that's a halfback taking a carry in the middle of the field. It's never really a great sign. Needs his big men to wash it out. There's an early kick here, George.
3. Play on. First. Move. Hold.
It comes to nothing.
Go. 1. 2. Move.
I just feel that Ince Rose Bridge have just wound up. Their carries have just been a bit more aggressive than Wigan St Pat's. St Pat's do have good ball movement, but they've only really had 2 decent opportunities to build anything in their play down in good ball. But I just think the physicality of Ince Rose Bridge is why the scoreboard is the way it is. They've just ran a little bit harder, played the ball a little bit quicker. But I have been impressed with this man here with his hands on the ball. He's been the live wire for St Pat's as he looks to release his winger away and does so. And there's a break on here.
Referee's going to go back for the penalty, I think.
I think it's a late hit, wasn't it, on Highland? I think that's what it's for.
It's late. No.
He was always going to blow. He's just going to wait to see how play develops. And he'll take it back for that.
Just smart play here. And I love the way that Jack Sprott relays himself, gets back behind the ball, makes himself an option. And then, like all our good outside backs, they just have an ability to find lazy defenders, create space for themselves. But it was a hit on Highland that resulted in the play being brought back for a penalty.
it there. On me, boys, come on.
Brad Smith now with ball in hand will restart us off.
First, move! On me. Hey, time them properly. Go on.
I think Hyam there. Zamet.
2, stand!
Dealt with.
Well done, good take. Go 2. 3,
Certainly yeah, he runs above his weight, doesn't he?
Hand on ball.
Gets a 6 again.
Next is 1. Hand on ball.
Oh, that's good play as well. Pryor, drop of the shoulder, duck under the tackle.
Hold, go on.
Taylor.
Outside, that's fine.
Oh, that was well read when he sidesteps in with ease. Does Highlands.
2.
He's been good, hasn't he?
He's been really good for St Pat's. He's going to be integral if the home side are going to rescue this. Taylor promoting. Hyam once again, and they set up right in front of the sticks.
That's his 3rd carry, Hyam, in that set. He's certainly come off the bench to try and change this fortune for this St Pat side to width the pass, and again.
Taylor. Oh, and they've knocked on. And the referee will say play on if you like from here. So again, it comes to nothing.
And this is the part of the game now where fatigue really is setting in on the players. The game has certainly slowed down.
2, move, keep finding the hole. Double early. Go 2, right side's good. 2. 3, move, keep working. Hold, go 3. Still 3.
Oh, there's a big one.
Good hit on that far side. Centre on his opposite number.
Go 4.
Right underneath him. Put him on his backside. It's a kick again, but
he's dropped back to anticipate that as Craig Thomas, and now he gets a bit of room ahead of him.
First, move now, 6. Wait. Go on.
A reminder, if you're just joining us, the home side, Wigan St Pat's here in possession, down to 12 men. Phil Glover needlessly sent off for, well, take your pick, an elbow or a headbutt.
Slip in, failed.
Both.
It was both. That's why he's off the pitch. Here they come again.
Still on 2, 3, move.
Brad Smith wearing 19.
Hold.
Taylor the dummy half.
15,
and then Dean Zamet.
15.
Offload. He's always looking for an offload, Zamet. Finds the floor on that occasion.
Play on 4.
Smith and Taylor again. Pryor trying to pick his spot.
They're playing wide and deep when they shift the ball to that side. Needs to someone just flatten up a bit, give him something to play off.
Okay.
Crossfield grubber on the last. Where's that going to go? Could be anyone's.
20.
Just runs dead, I think. The referee
fraction
says.
too long.
Time off.
Player down in back play. You just see there the little threads the needle.
Yeah.
It's just too long. Connor Taylor is not able to ground his own kick in time.
I've got 6 left, yeah.
One of the Ince Rose Bridge players over on that far side receiving treatment now.
Yeah, I've got 6 left, James. How long have you got?
So we head into the final few minutes
How long have you got?
of this round 1 tie.
Christian, how long have you got, pal? Yeah, sound. Yeah. Tap off.
It's like a lower back injury, I think, there. A little bit of deep heat. Crack on.
Well, they've responded well, the home side, since that red card.
Yeah.
And they're actually seeing a lot of the ball, possession-wise, they're in pretty good nick. You just fear for them there later on.
Well, that's never a good sign, though, when he goes down with no one around him. It looks like he's going to be okay. Looks like he's going to play on.
We good? Okay. Back on 0. Next is 0. 0! Move 0! Hold! Not early! Go.
Oh, that's another big hit there, isn't it? From Riding. He's certainly put himself about a bit.
And there he goes again, round the ankles this time.
Move! Back here.
Are they going to have to find a bit more in the tank, each and every one of those 12 players out there now? And he's doing his bit. 12-4, the visitors lead. Come out, that should be a knock-on. Referee said, let's just get on with this.
Jamie Malone there leave it at peace on the ball carrier.
They want a penalty. Can't see to play the ball here. Has to be
now, yeah. Just not clearing the ruck in time, making it sloppy.
It's not a pressure foul.
I think it was Kyle Malone on that occasion, just couldn't clear the ruck in time. Defenders scattered all over the place. Morrison in there too.
Time off. Wait on me. Wait on me.
A score now, George, would make it interesting, wouldn't it?
Just about to say, if they can find a way over now, I mean, the earlier in the game they do it, because those energy reserves are going to deplete playing 12 against 13. If they can nip one before the break, that half-time cup of tea is going to feel a little bit more enjoyable.
I've mentioned that when they have had the opportunity to play down this end of the field, they have looked threatening. Tyler Hyland, of course, I say his name again because he is the key indicator. Watching this set, if he gets his hands on the ball, that's the real sort of money play for St Pat's to get a score back on this game. He'll have an involvement for sure. They just need to be patient here.
Fine.
Great opportunity.
We'll set one back to the middle of the field, you feel. Samet.
There's Joe Hyam. Made a big impact since he was introduced. Riding, who's been good all half.
Here we are.
Key moments in the game, these. Smith, painfully slow play the ball. Well, they're going to not even get it away because the referee...
Play the ball on your mark.
Oh, there's real frustration here. The referee said, no, you need some treatment. Chucks the ball away in disgust.
It's just... Just needed to carry on playing, didn't it, really? Ince Rose Bridge now will be able to set their line. I think it's tackle 4. And you see a little bit of an injury there. Referee stops it. And as a result, it just kills all the momentum in that.
Funny eye gouging when his nose is bleeding, isn't it?
St Pat's now, they are spread deep, George. Look how far away they are. If this ball is played on the 10-metre line, you've got the full-back centre winger almost 5 metres shy of the halfway line. That's how deep they are.
I've got 4 now.
And it's all well and good being that deep, but you've got to be arriving onto the ball at speed, threatening spaces to make defenders make poor decisions. And every time they've attacked with the depth that they have, the Ince Rose Bridge defence has just been able just to have a look at it, map off and answer all the questions.
Now it's going to be the end of the half.
Again, we'll wait till he's off, boys. Wait on me.
For the injured man, so a late interchange prior to the break here.
Yeah, tackle 4 here, fellas.
But he has been good for them, hasn't he? Riding on this left side.
Let me know, Christian.
Big, tall, rangy back rower, punching holes all afternoon. And he's copped one in the nose, I think, and he's going to head to the sideline to get some treatment with tackle 4.
Okay, tackle
2 to go.
Can they find a way through and really set up a cracking second half?
We're on 4. That's outside, fine. Still 4.
Oh, it's brilliant ball movement. Can the winger get in? He's running out of room. He chucks it back inside. It looked like it had gone forward.
St Pat's. It's not dead by Ince. It's a dropout.
And the opportunity goes back, and the referee says, yeah, that was forward.
No.
Well, the shape was good, wasn't it, on that far side? They moved the ball well.
In fact, beg your pardon. It's going to be a dropout. They're going to get the ball back here.
Hyland releases Scroat, and it's probably the right call. I thought the ball bounced forward.
I'm with you. I thought it was the passing field was already forward prior to the Ince Rose Bridge fullback chucking it dead.
But it's more pressure, George.
Gone 10.
It's a sliced restart.
That's fine, that's fine.
And a juggle there from Hyland.
What an opportunity.
First. Move! Find me, boys. Good 10 minute. Well done. Hold, go.
It almost feels like they have to score here, the 12 men.
2.
Hyam again.
Keep coming. Well done. Get on here. Come on, hold, go.
There's Smith.
Still on 2.
Joining in is the fullback, and it's the winger goes there. Brilliantly worked.
All right.
Made by Hyland, scored by
by Thomas, and Wigan St Pat's do have their lifeline right before the half-time hooter. And you have to say they deserve it, the 12 men.
They certainly do. I called it. Tyler Highland, give them on the ball in space, and he's a threat. It's Craig Thomas that goes right into the corner, tiptoes all the way down the sideline and the dead ball line. But just watch this movement here. It's Connor Taylor out the back there to Highland. A beautiful cut-out ball. The winger holds his chalk, tiptoes down the sideline, nearly takes the cameraman with him. This angle here will show exactly how close he was. Look at that.
Cheers.
Tiptoes in and around the cameraman, the touchline, the dead ball line, and drags his side back into this contest. A brilliant St Pat's try.
What a big moment in the game. Great.
What about the cut-out pass though from Highland?
I think I say, what about the camera work?
Yeah, let's give the cameraman a wrap as well.
Held his ground, didn't he? The Sportsman cameraman in the corner. Now then, the extra two have been ice. He's hit it low and smooth.
He's got it, yes.
Over. It's another two.
You've both got 3 minutes, yeah?
Game on.
Brad Smith tags on the extras. And out of nowhere, the 12 men of Wigan St Patricks are back within two. Wigan St Pat's 10, Ince Rose Bridge 12, as we have another look at that try.
Yeah, beautiful pass there. Highland just splits the centre winger.
Yeah, sweet.
Ince Rose Bridge wingman, he hadn't a clue where the ball was going, sort of rocked in onto his left foot to check the lead of the earlier try scorer of the centre on this left side. But it's a bullet of a pass that finds Craig Thomas. And again, just shows real smarts to not just put the ball in the corner, to make the angle much better for Connor Taylor's kick to go over. The conversion went over. And it's a 2-point ball game once again. Peter Valentine tries to wrap up the St Pat's players. They clear their own lines here once more. I think for St Pat's, they just need to get through this set. They'll be really happy going into this game, into this second half. 2 points down, knowing that they had a man sent off halfway through that.
Move! Hold it, don't go early. Hold it, trapped in. He's trapped in. 3.
Yeah, they've done brilliantly since that red card. Early kick in the tackle count as well. Where's this one going?
Inside the 40.
It's a really good kick.
Short. Short, yeah.
Turn the defence around.
Ince lateral.
And closing moments of what's been a breathless first 40 is going to end with the home side.
No markings.
The 12 men of Wigan St Pat's.
Here you go, boys.
In good nick. Trailing only by 2. They've responded brilliantly to adversity here, and they've given themselves a real chance in the second half. You won't want to go anywhere on the Sportsman. This is set up brilliantly. Between two fierce local rivals. We've already seen one red card, and we're going to go into the second half with just a couple of points in this.
Well, if it stays this close, George, I've got to call it. I think there might be another red card towards the end of this game. Because it'll certainly liven up. If this game is a close affair, there's no love lost between these two sides. We mentioned the last time these two played against each other back in June. It was a 2-point ball game that went in favour of St Pat's 18-16, just down the road at Ince Rose Bridge. As they look now.
Another early kick that should be dealt with by the fullback. His positioning's been excellent all match.
Well, I think he's been the pick of St Pat so far. Him, Zammit, Ryden have all been really industrious in how they've gone about themselves here today.
And they find themselves a bit of a rarity in their own 20 here. The referee says that'll do it for a first half that's been full of entertainment, dripping in drama. It's been a hugely watchable affair, live and exclusive on the Sportsman. And there's only 2 points in it. A first-minute try, a red card as well, 2 tries apiece, and Wigan St Pat's, the 12 men of the home side, crucially striking just before the half-time hooter to reduce their arrears to just 2 points and set up a gripping-looking second half between these two famous community clubs. less than a mile apart here in Wigan. As we look at some of the key moments, Kyle Amor of the first half.
Yeah, it was Ince Rose Bridge who got off to an absolute flyer, and it was just a clever little drop-off play back in behind the ruck for Harry Penny to go over inside the opening 90 seconds, maybe even 60 seconds of the game, all off the back of a St Pat's error. Penny just hard direct, gets his nose down and runs straight over the top of Callum Rogers. It was a dream start for them. And of course, they hit back, didn't they? 9-6, a bullet pass out wide there to Jordan Penny, brother on the other side of the field. He gets his return. We just see the pass from Connor Taylor, instrumental in that. A beautiful centre play, left foot step off that foot there to get his side back into the contest. And there it was at 6-4, but it was here that was sort of the real talking point of that first half. Danny Riding, I think it was, with the headbutt. I beg your pardon, Phil Glover with the elbow, then the headbutt. The number 14 there, you see the referee has no choice just to send him to the bin. And it was then where you thought, well, St Pat's have got it all to do. They really have, the backs against the wall. Down to 12 men in the first round of the Challenge Cup. And what about this for a kick? The weight of that kick was absolutely brilliant. Eccleston there finds Peter Valentine. It's such a clever kick and a beautiful take as well. We just get to see there's no kick pressure on it. It all came about that try off the back of a break from the Ince Rose Bridge winger moments earlier, set them in that field position. And again, a fantastic take for Valentine to climb higher than his opposite number. But St Pat's, they threatened a couple of times in good ball. And when these two combine, the halfback and fullback, that's a brilliant, brilliant pass there from Highland. Finds Craig Thomas, who tiptoes down that touchline, able to loosen the angle, make it a bit better. Watch this here. Connor Taylor to Highland. Bullet pass. It's been causing them all sorts of trouble, the right edge defence of Ince Rose Bridge. Those two bullet passes have both led. Those cut-out balls have put them in all sorts of trouble. Centre and winger have been tied in knots down that right-hand side of the field. And the conversion, of course, went over to make it 12 points to 10. Wigan St Pat's at home, 2 points behind heading into this second half, George.
So a try apiece from the Penny brothers. That red card for Phil Glover. How crucial could that prove? But credit the home side. Wigan St Pat's have clawed themselves back into this contest to trail by 2 at the break. The full second half on the way live here on the Sportsman. Ahead of another brilliant looking 2023 of Rugby League. We're up and running in the Betfred Championship, and the Super League returns on Thursday night when Leeds go to Warrington. The launch for the new Betfred Super League season was held in Manchester earlier on this week, so we can get a little taster, a little preview of what the 2023 Betfred Super League season might look like in the company of Mark Pearson.
12 teams are in the starting blocks. It's the race to Old Trafford for the grand final in October. Rugby League is back. Yes, we're ready to do it all over again, and we're here at this fabulous venue, the Manchester Museum of Science and Industry. And we're here not just to launch a men's game, we're here to launch for women's and the wheelchair too, because Rugby League is the most inclusive sport in the world. yes, during the next hour we have some very special guests. We're going to hear from the new St Helens head coach, Paul Wellens. We're going to hear from the man of steel, Brodie Croft, who's just signed an 8-year contract. We're going to hear from a World Cup winner. But for the next hour, I'm going to be joined by Paul Sculthorpe, 4-time Grand Final winner. Scully, how excited are you for the start of a new season?
Well, very, Mark. I'm, can't wait for the season to start, and I think being here today and seeing everybody makes it that bit more real as well. So, roll on the next couple of weeks. And
we'll talk about St Helens in detail with you, but your old club, 4 years on the bounce, going for a magical 5. The team to beat.
They are the team to beat, and I think you look at the squads. The St Helens squad has not really changed. There's nobody new come in. There's nobody left. The only difference is obviously Paul Wellens. There's a lot of responsibility on Paul, but I know the man well, and I know he's certainly up for the job. So, yeah, excited to see how Saints do this year.
Plenty of Saints chat coming up. It's been a brilliant launch here at the Manchester Museum of Science and Industry. All the coaches, all the players, all the media as well. But it has been a sad occasion as well, because this week we lost Ian Laybourne, Press Association journalist for many, many years. Really decent bloke as well. Scully, he was an outstanding journalist, but a really nice fella.
He was, he was an outstanding journalist and more to the point, a lovely man. It's days like today where you're always in Ian's company, and I've done numerous interviews with him over the years, and he knew the game inside out, and it was such a shock, to hear of his passing. So, thoughts with his family and friends.
He only just retired in December, and how's his retirement due? And honestly, it feels like just 2 minutes ago we were all celebrating his retirement. Our thoughts go to his friends, family and colleagues. Ian Laybourne. Let's start with the champions, St Helens. They are not here. They did join in the launch by Zoom. We heard from James Roby, who's going round again, and the new coach, Paul Wellens, as they prepare for their World Club Challenge against the Penrith Panthers.
Well, as baptisms of fire go in head coach jobs, World Club Challenge away in Australia is probably right up there.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's certainly a huge challenge for us as a club, and obviously myself taking over here as head coach. But it's a challenge that we're really looking forward to, and it's a challenge I think this playing group have earned through what they've achieved, not just last year, but in the years previous. And they've missed out on a number of opportunities to play in a World Club Challenge with COVID and different things. So to get this chance this year and get the chance to do it down under is great for the club, and one that we're really looking forward to.
You've obviously been part of this club for a long time. You've been with this group all the way through, from when Justin took over and into Christian's period as well. So even though it is a big change in terms of you taking over as head coach, did it feel quite seamless?
Yeah, it's been quite comfortable. Obviously, it's a different challenge being a head coach, and you deal with a lot of different things that you probably wouldn't deal with being an assistant. But knowing the playing group and understanding the personalities within that playing group is certainly a big help. And having played alongside a lot of these players that are now coach, we've had quite a close relationship for a number of years now, so we can have those real open and honest conversations, which are needed to have, which are needed to have at times. So yeah, it's different, but one that I'm really excited about and really enjoying.
You're watching the Sportsman Rugby League, the home of Betfred Super League Online.
Tune in to Last Tackle every Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
A taster ahead of the new Betfred Super League season, and the Last Tackle returns on Wednesday. Jamie Peacock will be alongside a Kyle Amor, I think.
Yep.
6 o'clock Wednesday, the Last Tackle. I look forward to tuning into that. That'll be there every Wednesday throughout the season as we bring you unrivaled coverage of the great game across Betfred and the Sportsman. And that includes the next 40 minutes here as the players make their way back out. The home side most eager to get back out there. Wigan St Patricks trailing by 2. A man down after the sending off of Phil Glover, but finishing the half with a swagger to only trail by 2 at 12 points to 10, and they'll fancy this, I think, Kyle, now, despite being a man down, the way they finished that half.
No, certainly. Look, I think Coach Dave Ruddy will be saying to his troops, look, if we can get enough ball down the Ince Rose Bridge's line, we've already threatened them on 4 occasions and twice came up with scores on the board. So for them, it's just about getting through their sets, getting down the right end of the field and getting the opportunity to put those players on. However, that's easier said than done, because this Ince Rose Bridge side have certainly rolled down the field.
Well, just before the break, we saw Danny Riding, who's had a very impressive half, the Wigan St Patricks number 12, go off with a bang to the face. Told it was a suspected broken nose. So he's had a change of shirt. He's going to be wearing 18.
Just to make it a bit more confusing,
just to keep us on our toes. The Wigan St Patricks 12 will be at 18 second half. So keep your eye on that one. It's going to be the home side getting us back underway. Oh, and they found touch. What a start to the second half. They've caught Ince Rose Bridge cold. Spiralling the ball over the receiver's head. He knew he'd misjudged it. One bounce into touch and an opportunity to attack straight away.
You just see the kick-off there, just goes over the head and finds the touchline. And it's Hyam. He's small in stature, isn't he, Hyam? But he certainly carries the ball hard and direct, and that's a brilliant line.
Wants a quick play of the ball here. Smith waiting, they're going to go left side, little jinking step. 6 to go, says the referee from here. And they've already tapped and they've already gone over. What a start to the second half of the home side. Powering his way through. Was that Conor Webb who's got himself free? Or is it Riding wearing 18, the man I just mentioned in the new shirt?
Yeah, well, we mentioned him in the first half, George, didn't we? That he's came up with some brilliant hard direct carries. He was one of the pick of my 3 out of the St Pat side who's shown up here today. It's him who plays the ball. It goes out to this left-hand side, and from the dummy half roll, it is that man, Riding, who just spots a gap. Ince Rose Bridge players, 4 and 5 of them, all just looking at each other. The play of the ball was too quick. They couldn't handle it in time, and look what it means to him. What a perfect start for the St Pat's club.
Mate, there's nothing here, that's a push on head. We just need to calm down.
Tries either side of half-time have completely turned this
it's both ways.
First round.
Well, it's flicked on his head, hasn't it? Yeah.
Okay, back on, time's back on.
And he's been in terrific form this game. Danny Riding.
Somebody's blood on me hand.
What a dream start for them.
They have their first lead.
And Blakely and Tony Clowell, they must be scratching their head at that, because it's been very unlike Ince Rose Bridge. They started the game with the mindset that they were coming to the Lions' Den against St Pat's on their own turf, and they started with an intensity that was far greater than their opposition. But an exact carbon copy, but this time in favour of St Pat's. And it's that man, now wearing the number 18, Danny Riding, who just competes, doesn't he? He takes the carry beforehand, picks it up from the dummy half roll and just thinks, I'm having a go here. And within that, St Pat's, well, they take the lead on the scoreboard for the first time in this round 1 Challenge Cup tie.
Stay behind it.
Here on the Sportsman.
Here, stay on. Okay.
From 12-4 down. Wigan St Pat's lead 16 points to 12. And they've been dominant since the red card reduced them to 12 men.
They seem to just have found another level, almost just acknowledged together that they're going to have to work a little bit harder to get through to that tie.
This is 2.
That tie with League 1 side Workington Town. What an opportunity it'll be for some of these players to play in that game. You always want to test yourself against the biggest and best opponents that you can face. Well, an opportunity to play a part-time team, and it's that man, the try scorer again, causing all sorts of havoc through the middle of the field. Riding.
Hold. Go for. It's fine.
Drop of the shoulder. The chance here down that right side.
Still 4.
Just the winger away. He'll step in field. Another good field position here. Still going.
Someone needs to get with him, flatten up, give him something to play off.
This will be the last tackle. Really good opportunity. They might just run it. No, they're going to put a kick into the corner, I think. Little dab over the top and the chase. So fullbacks across well. Takes it and then he's clattered. With a great area.
Seven.
Twice, 18 left.
High shot. Contact with the head. 7. Taking 10. Taking 10, yeah? Taking 10. Contact with the head. Put there.
So there's a penalty off the back of that there, a high tackle on Peter Valentine. Just breathes him a sigh of relief, and it's been 4 minutes since they've been able to get their hands on the ball, Ince Rose Bridge, but they're now able to just clear their own.
I think so.
Yeah, tapper. Cheers. Allow it touch, judgment. Cheers, pal. Just get him to the side for us, James, please. Get him to the side at post. Cheers, Christian. He's coming. Yeah. It's all right. On me, pal, on me. Sweet. I'll tell you when, mate. You're both good, yeah? Coming left, pal, coming left. Your way, James. Stay on, okay, mate. Good. Get him low! Get him low! First movement! Hold. Hold, get on! 18! 18, you're off! Put his right side off here. 2! Move! Get on! Hold. Hold! Go to, play on. Yeah, line's good. 3! Move! Play it! Play on! Play on! 4! Move! On me! Hold! Go! 4, good. Cheers, pal. 5! Move! 18, I need you back! Go, 5. Chase, okay. Still 5. Hand over. Steady.
So that's a penalty.
Steady.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm happy. No, his legs are down.
What?
His legs are down.
Go on, sit on run.
Come on. His legs are down. Hand over.
Yeah.
Wait there. Yeah, his legs are down. Wait there. Fellas, on the go call. On the go call. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Let's go, Marcus. Let's go.
Do you think it's that socket or? Yeah. Just saying, give it a try. It's just put your white.
So 18-16 is the Ince Rose Bridge lead. Apologies for a few technical issues at the start of this second half. You actually lost us at just the wrong moment because Ince Rose Bridge struck brilliantly Kyle Amor down the left wing with Callum Rogers streaking clear and a converted try to nudge them back ahead by 2 at 18 points to 16.
It's a fantastic try. Just starts St Pat's. You felt that they started, they're asserting the dominance. The ball was shipped from right to left down this side of the field, and Callum Rogers, when he stands his winger up one-on-one, beats the cover in defence as well and races away for an important score to drag Ince Rose Bridge back into this contest and really settle things down, George, because those opening first 5 minutes were as bad as they could have been for the side in black and red. Stoppage in play now. Ince Rose Bridge player receives treatment. But this game is ebbing and flowing, isn't it? Scores locked in at 18-16. Almost the reverse, well, in fact, yeah, 16-18. Ince Rose Bridge went down back in June. It's now the 2 points in their favour here, but there's still plenty of game time left on the clock. Still about half an hour or so to go.
Well, another break in play, another injury. It's been that kind of game. A blood and thunder local derby between these two amateur clubs, Wigan St Pat's and Ince Rose Bridge. We've still got over half an hour of it to go here. Nothing in it. 18-16, just a couple of points, 3 tries apiece. And another penalty.
Resist there, the half-back Ben Cottrell. Loses the collision and has another goal. Introduces Hyam. The width of the pass that they find from 9 out onto this.
Oh, no.
Really on. Taylor's been fantastic for St Pat's in this game, but that was there. He was just asking far too much. In fact, dare I say, the try scorer riding had overran this play. He goes right to the line. Yeah, the pass was never really on. He should have just took his carry, took his medicine. Got him on the next play, perhaps. It's a chance gone squandering. And the scrum down 5 metres inside the Ince Rose Bridge territory. They've not really had an awful lot of field position, have they, in this second half? But here's a chance. If he can release his wingman, he can go off again here.
Try scorer, this time turning provider.
And it's Malone on that occasion.
Jamie Malone was off and running. Here's Peter Valentine, try scorer for Ince Rose Bridge this afternoon. Boyd. Up the middle they go with Reece Cunningham. Boyd again, a slight figure.
Just scanning, isn't he, Boyd?
From dummy half. Feeds the short one in to big Jack Morrison to take on all comers. Right in front of the sticks here, the visitors scampering away and offloading. Good pickup, one-handed Morrison. Back to Eccleston. They're going to have men clear far side. Can they find their way through?
Still going.
Back in field. This is brilliant from the visitors. Powering towards the line. Over the line.
Oh, he held up. What terrific defence there. The last part of that, I mean, it's St Pat's. You just see a pile of human rubble underneath there. It was poor defence out on that right edge. There's a head clash as well in there. And talk about putting your body on the line to deny a try. Taylor Highland gets his head in the right spot on that occasion, although he copped it. If it wasn't for his head, it was a certain try. Boyd switches it out, halfbacks combine. Step and show and go. Too much on the kick.
Well, it's frenetic stuff, this, as we expected it would be. And straight away, back on Wigan St Pat's.
You can't take your eyes off this game, can you?
Hyam ducks under a tackle on his own.
Smith in at 9, that's good work there.
Another head injury. Referee's going to call pause on proceedings here to get that one assessed. So 18 points to 16. Ince Rose Bridge.
We've just seen a couple of stoppages in play, haven't we, over the last 10 minutes, as Hyam digs into the line, really just drops his head down, tries to burrow his way into the floor, and I think it's big Jack Morrison just cops one on the side of the head. He's got to be okay. He gets back into the line now. 28 minutes left on our clock. 2-point ball game. St Pat's with it all to do. Zammit dominated in the middle of the field. Highland there.
Important intervention from Kyle Malone.
Hyam again. You keep seeing his name 2 or 3 times a set. Just keeps rolling the ball forward.
Last tackle. It's going to be the kick and chase again. It is. Good looking kick over the top. What about the bounce? He had to deal with that. He's done really well. But he can't get back in the field of play. It will be a dropout. Wigan St Patricks are going to get the ball back here. Great end to the set for them.
A beautiful weighted kick there, wasn't it, from Taylor. And Ryland just chasing harder than anyone else on the field. The bounce almost comes in favour of him. But Peter Valentine, his positional play has been exceptional today, and on that occasion he's just able to take the ball in, but due to the kick pressure, sorry, the kick chase rather, forces him over.
Oh, it's a good take now, then this could be an opportunity. Taylor Hyland with the pick-up. Wigan St Patricks are set up perfectly here, just to the left of the sticks with a full set to go at. Here's been one of their star performances since he's come on. Hyam. Smith on the play of the ball, comes back right to find Pryor. Smith again. Zammit.
He's on his own there. There's nobody else pushing outside of him. He lays the point 5 metres away from that far left stick. Half split either side of the field. The goal with Connor. The goal with Connor.
Straight towards the line, just short. Last tackle, this one. Well, they go for the power play right underneath. Referee was right on it, saying you're not having that one. No way through. And well, Ince Rose Bridge survive.
Yeah. Right, he's scored already off 1 from 9. He fancies another. But it's been poor defence there on Jack Morrison. He's able to pinball and skittle his way over. And Hyam comes over the top to get a slow play of the ball. And this is where Pats need to be better, because for me, Ince Rose Bridge, they haven't found it at all too difficult to get out their own end of the field, just rolling forward with the big middles, as Boyd looks to just introduce another one of those, stepping hard off his left foot, targeting Hyam again. That's 3 plays now and 40 metres made. The simplicity that they're able to do in yardage, as Valentine almost gets through there. Boyd looking to move the ball out wide here.
Bit of room suddenly opens up. Starting to get dark at Wigan St Pat's.
Oh,
lovely little dummy, goes on his own. Crowd wanted a high shot. Referee, I think, might oblige you. He's letting him play on. Oh, bring it back. Ah, and he's kicking off again.
Oh, it's all on here. Malone just catches one round the chin after he kicks that ball.
It's boiling up between these two local rivals. Well, Kyle called it. 1 red card first half. Would there be another second half?
Oh, look, the whole village here, the whole town, sorry, this part of the town of Wigan are all out. There must be over 1,000, 1,500 fans here. And these players, you can sometimes get caught up and dragged into the emotion of this game. And it was terrific work, wasn't it? And then Malone, just as he kicks this ball there, I think it's Zammit, yeah it is. Zammit just comes over the top and lets him know it should be a penalty, this, to Ince Rose Bridge.
Well, he's dealt with this really well today.
Yeah,
the referee, young John Lincoln.
I don't think
really
in the context of the game, sorry George, that it needs to be any more than that. I'd be disappointed if they brought out a card.
It's going to be a sin bin.
No, I'm disappointed in that.
Jamie Malone. Ten minutes in the bin.
Well, surely Sammett's got to go as well. Yeah, I think Sammett's got to go as well. To be fair to the referee, then, doesn't really matter what I think how the game should flow, but it's consistent, isn't it? And if he's going to send Malone to the bin, he has to send Sammet, and I think he does that as well. So 12 plays 11 now, George.
Yeah.
Somehow, something tells me that there will be one more card in this game for sure.
Well, it's getting dark, it's getting colder, it's getting windier. It's 11 against 12, and it's anyone's game. Wigan St Patricks 16, Ince Rose Bridge 18, and the visitors with that lead attacking the line.
Oh, it's an awful play out the back there from Farnworth. Yeah, Farnworth. Yeah, trying a ball play there, the front rower. Comes up with an awful pass, and off the back of it just creates just creates panic.
Well, it's 12 against 11. We're high up on a gantry where we lost commentary momentarily, having, we think, been unplugged by someone. We've got some squad numbers out there unlisted on our team sheet. So I hope you're appreciating the drama and the raw nature of this.
The things you don't see at home.
Challenge Cup tie at home.
And this is why we love it, George.
It's fun and games at
He is
this
to
level.
test us.
And I'm sure that the very nature and essence of this is coming through at home, live on the Sportsman. As we approach the final quarter of the contest. With the 11 men breaking from the scrum. Well, the scrum just dissolved, didn't it? Here come the 11 men. Well, they've come back before. Can they do it again? This deficit is only 2 points. They trailed 12-4 earlier in the first half.
And that's a good run there, just going back and smart movement, moving away from the ruck and then stepping hard, going back at it. We're seeing it here again, and the space is open up now as Connor.
There's some room out there, and some lazy flailing arms as well in the tackle.
It's just making the same defenders, George, work over and over and over again. Eventually you will find space.
It's another injury as well. I think they'll play on around this one. Just a muscular injury. This guy's been good.
No, what a pass.
It's a mile forward. We were right in line. Yes, he got a clean break, but it was 2 or 3 yards forward.
Yeah.
Right in front of our commentary position. And it's the Ince Rose Bridge singing that they're off to Wembley. Well, at the moment, they're off to Workington. But we've still got 20 minutes to solve that.
Look, although Highland doesn't execute that skill there, the catch and pass at speed is an incredible skill for a fullback to have. And on another day, if he finds that pass just a yard or two behind him, well, we're talking about it as exceptional skill. There's a chance here. Rob Valentine there, just trying to pinch some space in behind the ruck. Boyd now introducing the back rower.
It's another short pass. You could probably hear the shouts of forward from here.
And these are the types of carries that have sort of really hurt St Pat's, just being able to win the floor, put a dent into their line as the halfbacks combine the space.
On the far side. There's only 11 men in that defensive line. They're flying towards the corner and scoring in the corner, and it's a second of the game for Peter Valentine. And is that the try that gives a bit of daylight to Ince Rose Bridge?
Well, Peter Valentine there, a try scorer in that fixture, in that 2-point ball game fixture back in June. A try scorer in the first half, and the fullback steps up when it matters most as we enter the final quarter of this round one Betfred Challenge Cup try. Just watch the width here, half-back to one another, all combining out the back there. The 9, 6, 7 and 1 all get their hands on the ball, and Peter Valentine just strolls away into the corner. It's Eccleston to Cottrell, out the back to Valentine, the winger over on that far side doesn't know what to do. He starts backing off. You can never do that. There's no more land behind you. Come on with a defensive read, and he doesn't, and Valentine is just able to pump the ball, just keep that fly off of him and dot the ball down in the corner to give Ince Rose Bridge potentially, with this kick to come, on the sideline.
2 more. And that's a big kick that takes it to an 8-point game.
It's a huge kick, isn't it? There, Eccleston to Cottrell, out the back there, creates a 3-on-2. And they're just not able to come up with any sort of decision. The left edge defence of St Pat's, they back off and hold and wait for the cavalry to come from the inside for help, but it doesn't come. And Valentine is just able to put that ball down in the corner. A brilliant conversion from the sideline, just breathes a little sigh of relief, but I don't think 8 points is enough here, George. Next score is huge.
It's a low bobbling kick, and made a right hash of it. It's gone backwards, it'll be play on, but they've lost a few metres there. It feels like a long way back from here. There's 18 minutes, yes. Well, there's only 11 men out there at the moment for Wigan St Pat's, but that's a good restart for the home side. In the fading February daylight here. It's a good bounce off the kick. Very difficult for Highland to deal with that one. It's great chase as well.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need. When you've just come up with a big long kick, you've got to back it up with chase, particularly through the centre of the field and some of those agile outside backs. Ince Rose Bridge there, just working hard, up in the intensity. Numbers in the tackle here, George, the commitment to it. An injury there.
Yeah, another injury.
Elbow of the Ince Rose Bridge player. Just when we start to get into that tasty part, there seems to be an injury every time, doesn't it? Just to sort of take the sting and the zip out of the game. Tell you what, 12 playing 11 and 34 players will certainly enjoy their pint in the clubhouse afterwards in the Andy Gregory suite, as it's known,
yes,
in the St Pat's club.
About 17 or so to go. I'll be asking you for a player of the match at some point, Kyle, about 10 minutes or so you might want to start thinking about that. 24-16 is the lead for the visitors. Grubber kick through the defence, so it's a very favourable bounce. Oh, he ducks under all the chasers as well.
And that's what St Pat's have having to bring now, just chancing their arm. There's a little tear there, strip out. think it's Riding on that far side. He feels like he didn't strip it. Sometimes you can just tell the way the ball comes out. And Riding there, just has a tug there. Yeah, you can see it. After 65 minutes, sometimes what seems like a simple decision just becomes too tempting to have a rake of that ball. It provides opportunity for Ince Rose Bridge just to nudge the scoreboard further away from St Pat's. You can see there, he just has a little pull. Correct call by the referee. I think it's Kieran Eccleston will look to have a shot at goal to turn an 8-point lead into a 10. It's about 38 metres out. A couple of metres shy to the right-hand side of the sticks as well. Sometimes what looks a simple kick, especially with a bit of pressure on George, can be very difficult.
Well, they've kicked 4 of 4 so far. This is an attempt for 5 of 5.
Here, hasn't it?
It's pretty cold.
It's gone cold.
And increasingly dark. The community clubs such as these will be desperate to get through games without having to put the floodlights on, I'm sure, given energy prices at the moment.
Oh no, it's Rob Valentine.
Giving it a really good strike, right through the middle of the post. It's another 2. And it's another step closer to a second round date at Workington Town for Ince Rose Bridge, who extend their lead to 26 points to 16.
Yeah, all off the back of a strip. Just trying to compete, but there's ways of competing and there's ways of being smart. And you know, Riding, he's had a terrific game for St Pat's. He's been in my top 3 in terms of the guys in green, but on that occasion there, just that willingness to try and get the ball back has cost his side 2 points. And this could, well, that's a good take over on the far side of the field for Ince Rose Bridge with Jordan Blakely. 2 tries, of course, last time these two sides met. Take on down that short side. Valentine. He's kicked all of his goals here this afternoon. Perfect with the boot. Morrison.
This is good. They look like they've weathered a storm here now, and they're coming out stronger at the other side. I think the sin binnings are poised to conclude as well. I can see Jamie Malone ready for his reintroduction on this near touch line. Right behind the touch judge. That's a good take far side. Still going. You can see how heavy the ground is now, but he's stepping away. Steps a full ball. Great shot. Offload. Wonderful offload and the finish. And it's a hat-trick for Peter Valentine to surely now send Ince Rose Bridge to round 2.
Oh, what a terrific try that was. And you would imagine that could be the nail in the coffin in terms of Wigan St Pat's dream of progressing through to the Betfred round 2 game against Workington. And it's a brilliant kick once again from that man Eccleston. We saw that in the first half. Valentine was on the end of that kick from Eccleston, but this time it's Hallcroft who does an awful amount of tremendous work. Tyler Hyland tries everything he can, but the inside defence of St Pat's there is poor, if I'm honest, and he's just able to offload that ball for Peter Valentine to get on the end of it. A hat-trick for him. And with Robbie Valentine here,
the
adding the extras. Oh,
he's missed it.
He's hit it. He's hit the post on that one. I don't think it will really matter inside the final 10 or so minutes, but just watch the kick again here. Eccleston, you can see that the winger over on that far side, Jack Sproat, is far too tucked in. Hallcroft collects, steps back inside, beats 1, beats 2, fullback does ever so well, but the support there from Peter Highland, the strength from Hallcroft to release the pass. Ultimately, all but likely ends St Pat's journey for 2023 inside of the Cup.
Yeah, that feels like curtains, doesn't it? 12 minutes left. I think
Look at this pace here.
We're back to 13 against 12. Is there any way that though from the for the home side?
Jack Morrison just carrying the ball hard once more. Eccleston finds Valentine, finds the fullback out towards the centre. And Blakely just taking the tackle. They have moved the ball well of Ince Rose Bridge, particularly out of yardage. They're not afraid to take the risk and play with one another. So often we see sides when they come out of their own end very conservative, but not here today for the men in red and black, as Boyd jumps down the short side and the pass finds touch. You can afford to take those risks, can't you, George, when you've got a 14-point cushion. Boyd there jumping down, a little bit of pressure on the inside, testing his skill on that occasion. Does find the ball going over the sideline, so it'll be St Pat's that will start 25 metres out centre of the field. What have they got left inside this final few minutes in this game? They may as well take a risk, George. They may as well try something inventive. Nothing to lose now. Ridings, the high shot.
Yeah, penalty awarded by the official, and they'll want to get straight on with this now. It's getting dark and the tie is slipping away from Wigan St Pat's, as you sensed it might do after that first half red card to Phil Glover. They competed well, scored either side of half-time, took the lead. Oh, is this another sin binning? It is. Referee's got his card out again.
Told you. I didn't expect it for dissent. I think that's what it's for. And is it Robbie Valentine that's on the end of this?
Well, it's going to be pretty much the remainder of the match now, 12 against 12. So an opportunity perhaps still there for Wigan St Pat's. But they'll want and they will need to score soon. It's Andrew Collier, the man who's gone. So 12 on 12. Collier in the bin just beneath us. And here come Wigan St Pat's with Joe Hyam. Oh, he's read that really well, Callum Rogers, but offside, says the referee.
Hit. Offside. That's a better carry. Zammit rolling forward once more. He's been good for the St Pat side in the middle of the field, as is that man. Got ball for Gibbons back out there.
Well, if they can find a try now, we might just still have a grandstand finish. 12 on 12. Here come Wigan St Pat's, dumbing his way through the line and scoring. How easy was that?
Well, it was Connor Taylor, but just keep your eyes on the movement of that man Highland out of the back. Connor Taylor goes to the line. He's got an outside runner on his hip in Ridings, but watch the movement here. If we see that run out the back there, just creates all sorts of spook behaviour from Ince Rose Bridge. They have eyes for Ryland and Highland out the back, and he's just able to show and go. The defender in front of him just loses sight of what he's supposed to do and tackle the ball.
The kick's good. So it's Wigan St Pat's 22, Ince Rose Bridge 30, an 8-point game.
Just see once again Ryland, who's been a threat. Highland out the back as well. And just coursed through far too easy. Disappointing for Ince Rose Bridge.
Here's the late twist.
Yeah, is there life left in this game for St Pat's?
Is there a sting in the tail? I'll be asking for your player of the match, Kyle, in a couple of minutes. Are Ince Rose Bridge going to see this one out? We go for a short kick-off. Great take.
Yeah.
Hyam.
He's been impressive as well. Hyam ran his blood to water, hasn't he? Meadows finds the centre of the field. Gibbons once more. Working hard, pumping his legs.
Well, they might want to try something slightly different here if they're going to rescue this.
Well, they're going to need to, aren't they? Ridings with that body lean, gets a penalty. Here we go. It's a little bit of late footwork just before the line there from the number 18. Danny Riding, just there, gets the lean. And it's Harry Penny who just cops him with a high shot. Gibbons.
Around about 6 minutes left on our watch. This is looking better and better for Wigan St Patricks.
Oh, he didn't need to do that.
He has lost the ball.
But when you're chasing a game, George, any half chance turns into a full opportunity. And the line was perfect. He'd done all the hard stuff there. He's trying to force the pass back on the inside. An impossible pass. Decision making key.
Oh, he's giving the ball to Wigan St Pat's here. And the fans beneath us.
I'm not sure how he's done that.
Are not happy with that. There's a lot of Ince Rose Bridge supporters in here surrounding us. They're making their views quite clear at the moment.
Well, this time still on the clock. Well, the score here, George, would set us up for an almighty finale.
Boy, would it. About 5 minutes to go.
You fancy this left side, don't you? Hyam to Taylor.
Real frustration around us. Here they come, Wigan St Pat's. They had a man sent off, but with an Ince Rose Bridge man in the sin bin, it's 12 on 12. Last few moments here. 8 points the difference. A try now, and who knows? Running straight at the line. Hyam again. And then the fullback joins in, and he frees up the winger. He's going to have to go on his own. He gets round, and it's going to be another set of 6.
Desperate hand in there, and had to be as well from Ben Cottrell, because Sproat on this right-hand side just gets halfway around his outside man, throws the ball back inside, looking for Meadows. And the cover defence of the half-back, and Ben Cottrell just does enough there to get his hand on it, but it'll be a scrum centre field, 10 metres out, minutes left on the clock. And St Pat's obviously quick to pack it to get that clock stopped. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Great drama at the end of a compelling contest. Is there late drama? Is there enough time? 8 points, the deficit. And Wigan St Pat's need the ball back here.
Imagine nothing fancy from Ince Rose Bridge. Just up the jumper time, clear on end, kick the ball as hard as you can with a good solid chase. Meadows doing what he's done all game, just rolling forward.
We'll see
3
how
tackles
this,
gone.
Kyle, and I'll be asking for your player of the match. Here come Ince Rose Bridge. I'm sure they'll take just another drive here and they'll look to unleash the ball upfield. That's exactly what they were after. This is the last. Looking for the corner. Oh, and he's letting it run into touch. That'll do Ince Rose Bridge. So Kyle Amor. It looks as though the visitors are heading to round 2. And a tie with Workington Town. Who is today's player of the match on the Sportsman?
Oh, look, I think there's been some exceptional performances right throughout, but I think for me, the man who's had most joy, most success, most impact on this game, on a day where we've seen 4 cards, it has to be Mr. Valentine himself, Peter Valentine, a hat-trick hero. Some would think this game was played on February the 14th today, but it's not. It's on the 11th. Mr. Valentine, Peter Valentine, man of the match.
So Peter Valentine taking the honours.
Oh, it's a good run here.
But they're going to have to defend his teammates towards the end of this contest. 30-22 with a couple of minutes left. 6 to go from here. The home side. The kick and chase. Did they need to do that? It was the first tackle of 6.
Too long.
Well, he must have thought time beating him.
Yeah. Just a little dink over the top. I can see exactly what he's trying to do. He's been impressive as well, Connor Taylor. A threat every time he's had his hands on the ball, but that kick's just too long. Peter Valentine just watching it go over the sideline. And we make it 2 minutes left on our clock.
Looks like Ince Rose Bridge are going to see this one through. They led 12-10 at the break. That lead swung back to Wigan St Pats with a try right at the start of the second half, but the visitors have regained the initiative since and look now like they're through to round 2, winding down the clock. Having played much of this game with a man extra. And still they come, looking for one more. I'm sure it'll be another couple of drives and kick into the corner as we saw previously. Last minute of the game. Post-match reaction to follow on the Sportsman. Getting a kick on the 4th, looking for the corner. The fullback's there again. He'll take this one. But it's a long way from here. Feints the kick. Goes cross-field past the 2nd. Can't get past the 3rd. Tries to offload. It's desperation stuff from Wigan St Pats. Good scrambling defence from the visitors. It's every man for himself out there now.
Well, 8 points the difference. Back at the start of the 2022 season, almost a year ago, Wigan St Pat's winning that game by 8 points. Well, 12 months on, and it's Ince Rose Bridge who have inflicted a similar scoreline on their nearest and dearest rivals in the Betfred Challenge Cup. Great offload, half a chance here.
Right at the end, the winger's free. Can he get in the ball? Now then, a full race. He slows. He's going to be in touch. Flings it forward, and that's the final opportunity gone. And the referee says that'll do us. Huge celebrations for Ince Rose Bridge. What a moment for this community side, who have beaten Wigan St Pats in their own backyard and booked a visit to Workington Town in round 2 of the Betfred Challenge Cup. Kyle Amor.
Brilliant game, thoroughly entertaining. And you have to say, Ince Rose Bridge. They started with a greater intensity and finished the game with a greater intensity. There was a little bit of a wobble during that middle part of the game. St Pat's came back with an almighty effort, but there was just the damage was done, wasn't it, early doors through Ince Rose Bridge. And when I say that, not necessarily on the scoreboard, George, but I mean in terms of how they went about themselves, how they applied themselves in this game with direct hard carries, just wearing and tearing and breaking down Wigan St Pat's. And in the end, it was a game of cat and mouse in that second half, but Peter Valentine getting on the end of some wonderful play from his half-back partner in Kieran Eccleston. Two brilliant kicks that set Valentine up in positions to finish a try. One in the start of the, one at the end of the first half rather, where Peter Valentine just climbed high into that corner, and then on the second, a brilliant crossfield kick picked up by Hallcroft, and Valentine, like all good fullbacks do, turning up, anticipating where the threat and the space is, and getting on the end of some really good stuff, some really good rugby here today from Ince Rose Bridge as they progress through to the round 2 of the Betfred Challenge Cup to face Workington Town. Of course, semi-pro side in Workington Town, Ince Rose Bridge will be very excited to get the opportunity to play against them men, George.
Post-match reaction to follow momentarily. There's the tale of the tape. The hat-trick from the player of the match, Peter Valentine. The difference, a sending off key as well. Phil Glover getting his marching orders first half. Wigan St Patricks gave it a real fight, perhaps too much fight. That's why they lost the man. But all ending with a victory for Ince Rose Bridge by 30 points to 22. And it's the visitors who progress to play Workington Town away at Derwent Park in the second round. I'm sure the celebrations will carry on here. I'm sure both of these clubs will get involved in that and celebrate a big day for the community game, the amateur game around these parts. But it's Ince Rose Bridge who emerge victorious. 30 points to 22. And these are great scenes.
Oh, they're brilliant, aren't they? Just look at how many young people are here as well. And they started off, didn't they? The Ince Rose Bridge side just getting on the board inside of the first 90 seconds, but then St Pat's hit back there through a brilliant try over in that left-hand corner. And we just see once again there this card, this sending off for St Pat's, and that's really what hurt them inside the context of this game. Down to 12 men for the rest of the game, and it was Ince Rose Bridge that just took control from then on in. A brilliant kick from Kieran Eccleston. Peter Valentine getting on the end of that score, the first of his hat-trick today. But of course, Pat's hit back, a brilliant cut-out pass that's seen the Wigan St Pat's player get over the wingman right in the dying stages of the first half. But the second half started brightly for Pats, straight back at them. A try there from Rydins, but then this was the pick of the tries in the afternoon for me. Brilliant work there by Rogers. Just beats his opposite number and races away 40-50 metres to score that try. The second of the second half, and then from here on in, the 9, 6, 7 and 1 all combined. Peter Valentine just taking it to the line. Sproat caught in all sorts of trouble over on that far side. Craig Thomas didn't know what to do, and Peter Valentine is just able to dot the ball down in the corner. And then once again, we're saying the same numbers, aren't we? You see the number 7, number 6, both halfbacks combined. Cottrell to Eccleston, finds a lovely kick out wide, and look at the work that Hallcroft has to do here. Beats 3 and 4 men. Tyler Hyland, a special mention to him on the losing side. Tries everything he can, but Peter Valentine pops up at the right moment. And then Pats, of course, hit back, but it was too little too late. That man there, Connor Taylor, with a beautiful show and go. But in the end, it was Wigan St Pat's who were on the end of a 30 points to 22 victory here for Ince Rose Bridge as they progress through to the second round of the Betfred Challenge Cup against Workington Town. And I think we can head over now to George Riley for some interviews down on the sideline.
live. Come on. Well, we'll be waiting for some live reaction here at Wigan St Pat's, where Ince Rose Bridge have won this one by 30 points to 22. A real blood and thunder community contest with the prize a trip to Workington Town in round 2 of this Betfred Challenge Cup. The visitors ultimately full value for it. A game of 3 sin binnings, 1 red card as well, really key at the start of this contest. And the scenes, as you can see looking beyond, are fans really enjoying this afternoon. A big occasion this for community rugby league in these parts. These famous 2 old amateur clubs, around about a mile or so, a little bit less than that apart. And you probably heard from the crowd around us in our commentary position, it was mostly Ince Rose Bridge fans who were here en masse supporting their team and ultimately seeing them win through to round 2. Some very smiley faces you can see from Ince Rose Bridge, who've done the damage here, making their way over. Let's bring in the gaffer. You were pretty nervous prior to the game. How are you feeling now?
Wow. I'm ecstatic, to be honest, emotional. Wow, what a game of rugby league that was there from 2 great teams, honestly. If we come out victorious, wow, what can I say? Proud of the boys, big efforts. It was under the cosh there, St Pat's, fantastic side, well coached, but if it won when we only live right there in the corner, wow, yeah, I'm proud for the boys, really good the club.
You had some big performances.
We sure did, yeah.
In there. A word on what these 2 guys gave you today.
Listen, my captain, my fullback today, I thought it was absolutely outstanding.
Your phone's going off already, by the way.
I don't know. We'll knock that one off, sorry. The boys 1 to 17 today showed commitment, great determination. I can't be proud as a coach. You know, a lot of people write us off down at Rose Bridge, and you know, thought come what we've done today, brilliant. Absolute fantastic, yeah.
And it's a trip to Derwent Park to play Workington Town in round 2. How about that?
We didn't overlook these guys, St Pat's, because obviously they're a fantastic side. But yeah, we will be looking forward to that trip away at Workington. You know, we're ready. Let's have another go.
I will pass the mic on to your skipper and give us an insight into how that was in the heat of the battle for you. Your phone's going to be going off all night, by the way.
It was brilliant, to be fair. I thought we started really well, to be honest. And then I think when St Pat's got red, they came at us a bit there, and we came under cosh a bit. They stepped the game up, but great to our lads. We dug deep, we went back in sheds, and we got back out, and that was it. We just put our heads down, our asses up, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was that response to the red card. I mean, they scored just before the break, just after the break, and you had to find something then. You had to dig deep.
They came firing. The others on back foot here. We was on our own line for a lot of sets, and we spoke about it at half time. We couldn't keep giving them penalties away. There's only so long you could defend your own half, but to keep them to that scoreline as well on their own patch and score so many points, unbelievable.
Well,
17 was
when you've got a man in your side who knows his way to the try line, that helps, doesn't it?
That's the one. Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's have a word. Peter, you were the player of the match today, as voted for by Mr. Kyle Amor, who's just out of shot there. How much did you enjoy that today?
Oh, I bloody loved it, mate. It was bloody awesome. I've saved that hat trick since I was about 18.
How was that out there today?
Oh yeah, it was mint. Fucking.
Yeah, apologies for the language, but you know, you're in the moment at the moment.
Well, we was in good form to the back end of last year, but so we knew we still had it in there, but we had one bad game what lost us the playoff, so we knew we could do it.
The atmosphere was terrific. Just as you were walking over, I said it. I know they're not even a mile apart between these 2 clubs, but it seemed to be like a home game for you guys. This.
Yeah, well, when we was going to change rooms before kick-off, the queue was all the way to the main road then. That was like 2 minutes before kick-off, so looking. Sorry.
No, rather you didn't. Just a word looking ahead to a couple of weeks' time when you're on the road, and a big trip to a side in Workington who were playing Championship rugby last year.
That's as good as it can get, isn't it? Really. Go out there. If we do what we've done today, I think we've got a good chance. Definitely.
Well done today, and it was a real privilege to be here and watch that. So many congratulations. Let's get a bit of reaction as well from the beaten home side.
Well done, lads. Well done, mate.
How was that for you? I mean, you made a terrific game of it, but ultimately it was just a step too far in the end.
Yeah, it's disappointing. You know, you go a man down. We felt like we still could get something out of the game when we went to man down, but we just turned far too much ball over, not on our terms, and the too good of a side. If you give them enough ball, enough field position, they'll punish you, and that's just unfortunately what's happened to us today.
Did you feel like you were always chasing the game, albeit you nudged back, but got yourself into a really good position just after half time?
I wouldn't say chasing a game, but it's always hard when you're a man down. And, you know, they're too good of a side for play with a man down as long as we did. That's not an excuse. As I said, we got ourselves close to the game to get something out of it. We just didn't execute in the key areas of the game.
And just a final word before we all let you disappear and get warm and in the showers and get in the bar and have a drink. In terms of today's occasion, it's been great being here live on the Sportsman, streaming it live, showcasing, we hope, the very best of the community game and these two great amateur sides. You know, from your perspective, what can this do for the sport?
I think it's massive. I think, you know, the amount of teams that are across Wigan in the borough, this is the most fierce rivalry playing in amateur rugby league, in my opinion, whether it's here or at their place. And as I've said, the support today, I've never seen it like this down here or at Rose Bridge. It was something really special to be part of. And the result's not gone our way, but I'm sure we'll remember it for a long time. And I wish Rose Bridge all the best. I hope they get themselves a Challenge Cup upset. Yeah, let's hope so too. We'll be following you. Great to see you. Cheers. Guys. Let's bring in Kyle Amell. We'll let you guys go. Thank you, guys. Final word, Kyle, with you, having made your way down from our very, very cold commentary gantry.
Yeah, it's very cold.
That was a load of fun today, wasn't it? And I think the right winners in the end.
Yes, I think so. I think the guys mentioned it there, that when you go down to 12 men, doesn't matter what standard or what level of rugby you're playing, it always makes it incredibly difficult. So, you know, I just think that overall on the balance of play, I think Ince Rose Bridge just ran a bit harder, won the collision a bit more than their opposition, and rightly so, advanced through to play Workington Town. But to echo what you said and what the rest of the guys said, that, you know, fantastic having the Sportsman down here today, and, you know, you've seen the amount of support for these local amateur clubs. It just shows the impact that these local community clubs have on their, you know, their wider area. So a brilliant day all day around, and well done to Ince Rose Bridge on progressing through.
Kyle, great to see you, as always. Plenty more from Kyle throughout the course of the season, including on Wednesday when the Last Tackle Betfred's Rugby League show returns with Kyle and Jamie Peacock, I think, the guests, this coming Wednesday. So make sure you stay across that on the Betfred and Sportsman channels. That's as far as we go. The Betfred Super League season is just around the corner. But here, round one of the Betfred Challenge Cup is up and running, and Rose Ince Bridge have beaten their local rivals here, Wigan St Patricks. From Kyle and from me, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.